The Lord's proprietors spent 182 pounds sterling, or about $54,000 today, to stock the holds of the First Fleet with iron tools prior to departing for Carolina. This investment was for tools of necessity and tools for trade. 1/5 of the iron tools, about 31 pounds sterling, was to purchase aid from the Native Americans. The remaining iron goods were for the colonists to carve an existence from the land. Iron tools purchased for the expedition included large numbers of axes, hatchets, hoes, and saws for the needs of all the colonists, as well as complete sets specialized for blacksmiths and carpenters. 17th century woodworking would require several different types of axes, such as a felling axe, broad axe, carpenter's axe, lathe hatchet, or even a splitting axe. These are just a few of the axes, and each one had a very different job. The axe head shape or weight, the handle's length or taper, and even the type of metal would determine the use of the tool. If you were to go to the hardware store today, the variety of axes available would be very limited. New marketing promotes one axe to meet your every need. This is a broad axe. Both the head and the handle have very unique features. A flat-edged cheek on one side of the blade, plus the curved and tapered handle combine to master one specific job: to remove wood from one side of a felled tree, to create square timber while protecting the hand and knuckles of the timber framer. An adze, similar to the broad axe, was designed to remove wood to create squared timbers. Unlike the broad axe, the adze would be used while standing on top of a felled tree. Gardening tools, including shovels, spades, and hoes, were necessary to plant the fields to feed the colonists. Was he a cooper or a coopersmith? Did you know that these two craftsmen are not the same? A cooper makes casks completely out of wood, but a coopersmith makes a cask with iron bands. Blacksmithing is the art or craft of working with iron, heated in a forge, then hammered into specific shapes on an anvil. Blacksmithing was a technology not yet used by the American Indians of the New World. Europeans traded iron tools to Native American tribes, which provided stronger and longer-lasting tools. In a letter from William Owen to Lord Ashley, he summarizes the benefit of the iron tool trade. Owen recounts a meeting in which American Indian tribes could muster almost 1,000 bowmen and seemed very zealous to support the English over the Spanish. Caciques or tribal leaders of several local tribes applauded the hoes, axes, beads, and knives brought by the English colonist. Charlestown's labor force during the first decade of the Carolina colony was comprised of European landowners and indentured servants, as well as enslaved Africans transported from the West Indies and Bermuda. Along with local Native American Indian tribes, the convergence of these peoples formed Charlestown. The advanced technology in the form of blacksmith's goods changed the landscape of the New World. From hewing tools that cleared the land, woodworking tools that erected new architecture, gardening tools that fed the colonist, and even firearms used in conflicts. These simple iron tools transformed a wilderness into the Carolina colony.